So FaceTime. So normally I do this beforehand, but for the purpose of the video, I'm gonna do it now. So a couple sprays of my Pearl Essence facial tonic. Usually not when I'm talking. This stuff smells great. It is green tea and aloe vera. I also have the rose water and the pineapple as well. I have like the whole line. It's a thing for me. But I use that and the antioxidant drops. Just a couple here, a couple here, a couple there. Then I literally take this and I rub it in. Chin area down, up, 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 and out, up and out, up and out. For my eye care, I use Age Defying eye cream. I just take a couple pink drops on my finger and I literally just tap here. Do it again, and I'll start on the outside and work my way in. Sometimes I have to go back because it's not enough. A little bit of this goes a long way for the most part. Then I just take my fingers and just work that in my under eye, going up and out. Sometimes I'll even do the top, just so that my top lids are not getting neglected. Massage this in really well. Taps, wake the skin up. Okay, now while that's doing that, I usually take this time to prime my face. I don't have a specific primer or a favorite primer that I like to use, so I just grab the one that's closest to me. Right now it's the Makeover Essentials Mineral Face Primer. So that's what it looks like. As you can tell, I don't use it much because honestly, if you moisturize your face regularly before you do this, a primer is kind of one of those in and out steps that you don't necessarily have to take. But I usually like to do this and literally silk it over. That's what I call it, rubbing it, but not rubbing it in, just smoothing it. That's a better vocabulary word. Smoothing it over my pores just to protect them. I like to pull out versus inward, just replenishing some of these wrinkles from some of the facials that I have received. Just pulling it up and out and just smoothing this across. Again, not rubbing it in, but smoothing it across. I kind of go down just a little, and with this it has like a silky finish. I don't know if all primers do because I don't use them often because I moisturize my face, but this one does. So it doesn't feel oily. It has more of like a, if you rub your fingers across satin feel to it. So that's usually what I do there. From there, now that the face is prepped, while this is kind of sitting and getting settled in, I like to then go over my eyebrows. Today I will be using my brow gel, the Anastasia brow gel. It's clear. My eyebrows do need to be waxed, but this is normal for me. So welcome to the inside. So what I normally do is just brush them down first. Brush them down. Kind of let that sit for a while. And then I will go back through and brush them up. Give me 2 seconds. Then I'll brush them back up. Brush them back up. Just kind of letting that gel kind of set in some. and then I kind of use it to get the shape that I want for the day. Sometimes they give me life, sometimes they give me issues, but I usually like to sit for a few minutes. Set it to the side. While that's happening, I will then move on to my face. So for the summertime, I am using the Rihanna's Fancy Beauty Eavesdrop moisturizing tint. So I just take a couple drops on my finger and just kind of work it in over my skin, kind of in the same motion that I did with the primer. Again, a little bit of this goes a long way as well. This is not foundation. This is literally just a tint, moisturized tint. Because my everyday look, I don't always use foundation. A moisturized tint for me will be satisfactory. So I will literally use my fingers a lot of times with my moisturizing tint because I like the way it melts in a little bit more and feels on my skin. So I will do that. Get under the eyes. A little bit more on my finger. Now I do the forehead, and I literally just do a little on my finger for the forehead, even though my forehead is huge. Again, here, the noise you hear in the background are my children. So excuse them. And as you can see, even that little drop seems to have been too much. So again, a little bit of this goes a mighty long way. Let me see if I close this. Okay, I'll keep that closed. So a little bit of that goes a long way. This goes here. You'll hear text alerts going off. That's my husband, who's supposed to be working very diligently, sending me TikToks, which is what he does all day. But sometimes I do this. You can see my brows are pretty much set at this point. If they aren't, I'll just get a clean mascara wand as soon as I find what I did with it. Where did you go? Guys, I don't know what happened to my mascara wand. So I will use my secondary one. This is not my favorite, but if I feel like my eyebrows need some more attention, then I'll do this. I don't think they really do, but just this, just to kind of reset them a little, but not really. Look, eyebrows are a whole thing for me. Speaking of brows, so now that that's kind of set, I use a basic pencil, 99-cent sharpened brown, dark brown pencil, to just kind of shade in some of those crazy spots and clean it up just a little. Again, not a lot, just a little. The ends of my eyebrows are very thin, so I kind of concentrate more on that than this part of my brow. I might do a tiny filling, but that's it. And as you can tell, that little bit of filling in did a whole lot. That's a lot sometimes. So where I kind of like thick eyebrows, I kind of like not too thick on me. So I just slightly shade, just lightly. That's normally that. That's done. Then I move right on to my concealer, which from here I use the LA Pro. I have a few different concealers, but for this I'll use the LA Pro. Again, this is a normal get up, let's get up, get out thing. So what I'll do is just take this and just kind of clean up my brow just a little bit. Again, just a little bit. Bring this down some. And do this side. And I don't know about anybody else, but does it seem like one brow like just is like, yes, give me the business, and the other brow is like, I think I want to show off today, and not in a good way? That's usually what happens to me. So I'm almost out of this color, and I'm clumsy. So I'll do my brows, and then I'll tap, 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 and brush down. Brush down. I think I use more concealer than I do tint, but again, that's me, not all. I think this is having a hard time coming out, which definitely means it's time to replace. Yep. Because when I do like this, I have like really bad line. So my under eye concealer a lot of times is a little heavy. I'll do that just a little. Just again, this is everyday, quick, nothing crazy. Then I like to get I have two techniques, but for this one I'll use my sponge because it's here. So I will get my sponge and I will start from the outside and work my way in and up. Because for me, I can conceal the top of my eyelids because I have folding eyelids. So this is normally a quick process for me. And just to blend that top part as well, up under my brow bone, whatever you want to call it. So I just kind of do that, spread it out. But I like to look down because, like I said, you see this for me, it's always a problem. So again, blend this out, and use the corners really good. Blend this in, stay in that line. Blend in really well for me. This is usually what I do. Then I will go in with my clear mascara, my e.l.f. clear mascara. And just go through my lashes first, just to kind of comb them out. And give them a chance to set. Now you can use the brow gel for this too, because again, it's just hair. But I have clear, so I use that. So while that's doing that, I will then go in with my Pat McGrath for my under eye. So I'll just grab that and blush brush. I like using the angled blush brush because it gets to me and my personal thing. It gets my face shape like really, really good. Like this just fits perfectly for me. So I will take this and I can handle it and just kind of pat pat. Haha, pat pat the Pat McGrath. Oh, that was funny. I'm corny, I know. But yeah, just pat pat swipe, pat 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 swipe. And it do kind of do that to kind of help with some of that. So once I feel I have adequately set my under eye with my blurring, my Pat McGrath blurring under eye powder. I actually sometimes use this on to set my concealer under my brow, just because it's a powder and it's a nice quality. So just kind of go over the entire lid with it. Nothing fancy. A couple taps. And now I have a base for if I use eyeshadow. I like this also because when I'm keeping it simple, I don't have to use an eyeshadow. I will use an eyeshadow today, but normally I don't. Speaking of that, so my eyeshadow that I'm going to use, I have an eye, it's called Icon Pro by Absolute. This is my palette. I have hit pan on my flesh tone color, what I like to call it. So I get a big fluffy brush, nothing crazy. Tap it. I don't know the name of this color. I guess I should look that up at some point. But again, tap it, and I literally just, not where my highlight is, but kind of like under it, and just kind of fluff it around lightly, not heavy. Again, not touching where I've already set my under eye, set my highlight. Just kind of staying up under it, just to give it that whatever look. I can do this a lot faster, guys, but because I'm talking, I am taking my time. So this is what that then looks like. But I'm going to work. Again, to me, very natural. Close it. That's done. At that point, I'll get my mascara on. I will be using, I use any type of mascara that I like. And if you listen to the episode, you'll know why. So I've already kind of plucked them out with the gel. The gel has set my lashes where I want them to be, or my clear mascara, or whatever you want to call it. Some people call it gel. So that's set. I don't like to put a lot of product on my lashes because I still want them to look kind of fluffy, not too stiff. So just opening the eye, putting it here. I don't like to close my eyes and put on my mascara because, to be quite frank, I'll mess up everything up under here. And I don't want to paste all the stuff on my face. I'm not doing it. Just quick. Just do the under. My eyes not closed anyway. So, personal feelings may not be right. That's just what I do. For basic everyday, I'll use my NYX matte liquid eyeliner, and I like a very thin line. So So I try to get as close to my lash line as I possibly can with my liner. And I am, again, not an expert. Me and this liner, we be having some good days and some bad days. So let's see how this one goes. Usually my right eye is like, ooh, and my left eye is like, so let's pray. Now, I don't do the whole wing thing. That's not my look. That's not my thing on an everyday basis. Plus, it doesn't come out right for me. And here's where I'm going to stop this liner, because if I go any further, it's going to mess up. So, fan just a little bit. Just give it a chance to dry. I actually have, because I'm a slightly bougie, just slightly, a fan that I can kind of use to kind of speed the process up. Okay, that's done. And now for my waterline, I use a completely different type pencil. I use one of the roll pencils. This one's probably about $2.19. And again, as long as it rolls, it works for me. This is espresso. I only use black under my eye. Where is my black? Is this my black? Yes, this is my black. Okay, and because this was my mom's thing, I'm pretty good at this. And yes, I was one of those weird kids who could touch their eyelids, or who would flip their eyelids. Yeah, that was me. So, sorry. The under waterline thing isn't usually an issue. But if I get a little runny, I have Q-tips that I just kind of, you know, keep handy so I can pat. I usually don't run much, but if I do, I have it handy. There you go. That's done. That's usually my eye. If I feel like spicy, what I'll normally do is, I just got this. I think this is really pretty. I'll just pick something shiny. I'm gonna go with this here, this yellow, this bright yellow, and just tap it and do the corners of my eye, right here and right here. Let's do that again. Tap it again and right here and here. That's my eye. I'm really pretty much almost done. I am going to do a little bit of blush. I'm going to use this Flower Pots blush in the shade Spice Petal. Fluffy brush, angled brush. I like the fluffy angled brush because it works best for me. So I just kind of, so for this, I like to do the across the nose, smile a little method. I think that's just enough. I don't need a lot of blush. Just do this where I literally touch boom, boom, boom every time until I get the desired look that I want. that's how that goes. That works. That's enough blush for me. I don't really need a lot. That works. Then I will, if I'm got a little extra time, I'll grab my complex, everybody's seen this, True Complexion contour palette. As you can tell, I've hit pan on this as well. I'll just literally tap here. And I like, this is an angled contour brush. I like to hold it where most people hold it this way. I like to hold it this way. Because I like this also because it fits like right here in my face. But I can do this just a little. And then on the other side, just a little. And to me, that's enough. Like, that's enough. And I just kind of go up to my eyebrow, like right here and down, keeping it like on the front of my nose instead of just on this side. And there I have it. On a regular day, I don't contour my cheeks, so I'm not going to do that here. My nose for me is a must. I'm weird that way. And to be honest with you, I'm pretty much done. I will use that bronzer that's in this, well, not this palette. I have both. This is the light to medium. This is the medium to dark. I like the medium to dark bronzer a little bit more, but I'm not going to use that today either. So, am I going to use bronzer today? I am going, yes I am. I'm going to use my Naked, my Urban Decay Naked Illuminator. I ran across this at, I want to say Ross or TJ Maxx, and was like, oh, I have to get it. So this is, it's a gorgeous color. I have to get it. So this is what it looks like. I love it. So I just kind of smile and brush down. Smile and brush down. Smile and brush down. Smile and brush down. And I try not to touch my cheeks. Just smile and touch down. Smile and touch down. So it gives a slight glow, but nothing crazy. Go up and down the nose. Again, just using the side. If I need something more direct, I'll take it, instead of doing the side way like a fan brush, I'll do it the more direct way, and literally just right here where I applied my concealer, do that there. And if I'm feeling froggy, brush it down here. Woo! Now I gotta blend that. That was a little bit more. That was too froggy. Shouldn't have leaked. It's okay. I'll just take my beauty blender and just kind of blend this out. So for me, that works. Smell a little bit. That's done. And then left is lips. I like to use the espresso color on my lips because to me, that works for me. It's natural looking to me. And I just use this lightly on my Cupid's bow here. Again, this look usually takes me about 10 minutes because I don't have to explain it. And I usually treat my lips at night with either Carmex or lip balm or some type of lip scrub. So that's done. Then I have this Super Stay 24 color by Maybelline. What's supposed to happen is this here, you apply first. This is supposed to help it stay all day. And then you put the gloss part on. So I will put this here as a base. Oh, this is creamy and moisturizing. I have this in a couple colors. I'm gonna be honest. This right here is enough for me. But for the purpose of this,
video, I'll use the other side, which is the actual lip gloss. I usually just take a tap in the center and all the way out. And I have fairly large lips, and I like to blot. And I blot the top. Most of the time I don't dip back in for more product. That's not something that I like to do. Lips are done. My face is done. For finishing, I have my Charlotte Tilbury airbrush flawless finish. I also use e.l.f. so just because this one is expensive, you don't have to. I use the e.l.f. just as much as I use Charlotte. I use Charlotte in the color, what is this, deep? Yes, color deep. I just, like I said, a little bit of this goes a long way. And what I normally do is just nice circles around the corners, a little bit where I contour. Again, lightly brushing. Shoot, I also have what is it, Laura Mercier? I have her finishing. So it really just depends on what you're going for that day. Like, very natural. You can still see my marks because, again, this is very natural. I'm not trying to do anything heavy. This is my everyday. I'm about to go to work and I'm done. This probably takes, like I said, on a normal basis about 10 minutes because I know the products that I'm using. I'm grabbing, I'm sitting, my vanity, 10 minutes, I'm dressed, I'm out. Set my face. If I got time, I'm fanning. I use the NYX Finish Finny Matte. Sometimes I like the dewy too, but for this one I'll use the matte. And there you have it. Natural, everyday. It's set, it's clean. I like it. Again, this is the way I do it. Don't have to do it my way. Do it your way. I'm not a professional. Find the products that work for you, something that you're comfortable with, and run with it. But this is me. Okay. Bye.